Once upon a time, there lived a beautiful princess. She was beloved by her family and her kingdom, but she longed for something more. In search of her destiny, she set out on a grand adventure to find her true calling. Along the way, she encountered many unexpected challenges, but with courage and determination, she persevered. After much contemplation, the princess decided to embark on a quest to find the magical object that could save her kingdom. She knew that it would be a long and difficult journey, but she was determined to succeed. She gathered her courage and set out on her quest, determined to find the magical object and bring it back to her kingdom. She traveled far and wide, encountering many strange and wonderful creatures along the way. She faced many obstacles and dangers, but she never gave up hope. Finally, after many weeks of searching, she arrived at a mysterious castle where she hoped to find the magical object. The princess had to summon all her courage to face the giant monster that was attacking her kingdom. Her heart was pounding, but her determination was strong. She knew that she had to protect her people and her kingdom, no matter the cost. She took a deep breath, steeled her nerves, and marched forward with courage and strength. The princess was suddenly confronted with a giant monster, its ferocious roar echoing through the forest. The monster was threatening and powerful, and the princess was filled with fear. She was determined to protect her kingdom, however, and stood her ground. The monster charged at her, its huge claws and teeth glinting in the light. The princess steeled herself and readied her sword, determined to fight for her people. She faced the monster bravely, and though it seemed like the battle would never end, she eventually emerged victorious. The princess's courage had been tested, but she was determined to fight the giant monster. Drawing on her inner strength, she summoned all her courage and strength to face the monster. She knew that she could not rely on her physical strength alone, but also on her mental strength and courage. With her newfound strength, she was able to face the giant monster and fight it off. She emerged victorious, a testament to her strength and courage. The princess's courage and strength had paid off. With a powerful battle cry, she charged towards the giant monster, her sword raised high. She fought with determination and agility, dodging its powerful blows and retaliating with her own. After a long and arduous battle, the princess emerged victorious. With the giant monster defeated, the kingdom was safe. Joyous cheers erupted from the crowd, celebrating the princess's victory and her bravery. She had saved the kingdom and proved her worth as a true hero. The princess was welcomed home with cheers and applause. After a long and difficult journey, she was finally back in the kingdom she had left behind. She was greeted by her family and friends, who were relieved to see her safe and sound. The people of the kingdom were in awe of her courage and strength, and they praised her for her victory over the giant monster. She was happy to be back home, and to know that she had made the kingdom a safer place. The princess had earned the respect of the people, and she was proud of herself for her bravery and determination. Her journey was over, but she would never forget the lessons she had learned along the way. princess, determined to find the magical object, set off on her journey. With a heavy heart, she bid farewell to her family and left her home. She was filled with a mixture of excitement and fear as she made her way through the forest, unsure of what dangers or adventures awaited her. As she ventured further from home, the princess felt a newfound sense of determination and courage. The princess set off on her journey, determined to find the magical object and bring peace to her kingdom. She traveled through the forest, over mountains, and across rivers, facing many challenges along the way. When night fell, she would make camp and rest, but she never stopped her mission. After days of travel, she finally reached the edge of a vast lake, the home of the mysterious magician. She was determined to find the magical object, no matter the cost. The princess finally arrived at the magician's castle. She was met by a tall, imposing figure with a long beard and a pointy hat. He welcomed her warmly and invited her inside. The princess was amazed by the wonders she saw inside. Everywhere she looked, there were strange potions, mysterious artifacts, and magical creatures. The magician was a master of the arcane arts, and he explained to the princess what she needed to do to complete her quest. He gave her a magical item that would help her on her journey, and she thanked him for his help before setting off on her way. The magician warned the princess that the magical object she was seeking was guarded by a giant monster that would try to stop her from completing her mission. He told her to be brave and use the magical item he had given her to protect herself. With a heavy heart, the princess set off on her journey, determined to save her kingdom. The princess was filled with fear as she watched the magician's warning unfold. She had heard tales of the giant monster that was said to be coming, but had never expected it to actually arrive. She knew that she had to act quickly, or else the consequences would be dire. As her mind raced, she began to fear for her people and the kingdom she had sworn to protect. The princess's fear was quickly realized when a giant monster appeared on the horizon. It was a giant, black dragon with glowing red eyes, and it was quickly approaching the castle. Everyone in the castle was filled with terror, and the princess knew that she had to act quickly if she was to save her people. She quickly formulated a plan in her mind and began to prepare for the dragon's arrival. The princess was determined to find a way to defeat the giant monster. She had to think quickly, so she formulated a plan. She would use her magical powers to create a barrier around the monster, trapping it in an invisible cage and preventing it from attacking anyone. She gathered her courage and began to cast the spell, summoning a powerful force field that surrounded the creature, trapping it in place, summoning a place. The princess had managed to save the kingdom from the monster's destruction. The princess was determined to save her kingdom and stop the giant monster from destroying it. She knew that she could not do it alone, and so she began to plan for ways to enlist the help of the people of her kingdom. She was determined to find a way to defeat the monster and protect her people, no matter what the cost. She was determined to use her courage and her strength to stand up against the monster and to prove to everyone that she was capable of doing what was necessary to save her kingdom.
If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from us. We'll be bringing you more exciting stories and videos like this one. See you next time.